about to go in. This is the guy. Wife cheats on him while he's away at war. Right? But it may be a little twist in this. So you guys need to pay attention to it. All right, let's get right into it.
Country serving in the military, your wife paraded around town with other men. And she has admitted to cheating multiple times. Mrs. Threlkeld, you say you began exotic dancing to make extra money.
Yes,
because Mr. Threlkeld's military salary was inadequate to live on, and are hoping today's DNA results will settle the matter once and for all.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, let's stop right there. Okay, what's happening is he has caught her cheating. But when he caught her cheating, she never denied anything. She told him up front, I cheated on you. And that's what it is. Then after she told him that she cheated on him, that's when he said, I want a DNA test. And she says, all right, I want to do a DNA test as well. I'm just catching you guys up to the story because I couldn't play the whole video. And I'm just letting you know what you missed out on the actual video. All right, let's get back to it.
Now, Mr. Threlkeld, when did you first discover that your wife had been unfaithful?
I was overseas in Afghanistan, and a soldier of mine came up to me and tapped me on the boot and said, hey, I need to go outside. We need to talk right now. Well, it turns out his wife and my wife were friends, got on Facebook and asked her, hey, you know, is it true you're doing what I told you I didn't want you doing at all? You know, I know you're stripping, you know, that you know, I could somewhat deal with. You know, tell me about this guy that's going on.
All right. Okay, what's happening here? He's out in the field. One of his friends that are in the military with him pulled him to the side and said, let me talk to you for a little bit. All right. And he told them, he says, my wife is friends with your wife. All right. Now, my wife tells me that your wife has become a stripper and she's cheating on you with another man. That's what another soldier in the military told him, is that he's been cheated on because he knows, because his wife is friends with his wife. All right. And she's became a stripper and now she has a new boyfriend.
And she says, oh, it's nothing. It's just a friend, you know, et cetera. The same BS that
First
every
of all,
girl
we
says.
were done.
What did he find?
And on the inbox, I see, oh, baby, I can't wait to see you later on tonight. I had a great...
These are the messages
Yes,
you're
ma'am.
seeing
Yes,
that
ma'am.
your wife is entertaining while you're serving your country.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Let's take that back a little bit. Okay. What he does is, after the guy tells him that she's cheating, he goes to her Facebook. He knows her code to her Facebook. And he logs into her Facebook while he's overseas. All right? And he sees all the messages that his wife has from the other guy. All right? So he's in there reading the messages and he confronts her about the messages. When he confronts her out of the messages, he's telling her, like, listen here, you know what I'm saying? When I come back, I want to divorce you. I don't want you near my kid. He's telling her all that. So what she did was she take the divorce to the head. She looks at it like, fine, I'm done with you anyway. I'm already cheating. So when you say you don't want to be with me, that's right up my alley. That's one thing that a woman is going to do in a relationship that I want you to understand here. When a woman really wants out of a relationship, she's going to create a lot of conflict. And that's what you're seeing in this situation. She's created the conflict and she's admitted to it. So that, like, forces her to push him away.
Ms. Threlkeld, what? Your husband's overseas, serving his country,
Yes.
serving our country.
First of all, we were done. And he had said, we're going to get a divorce and I'll send you the divorce papers.
Ms. Threlkeld, you say you guys were done.
Yeah.
So in other words, these things that he's finding on your Facebook, and this really shouldn't be an issue because in your mind, you thought your marriage was over.
Stuff as it may be.
Yes.
All right, okay. Her excuse was, okay, you told me overseas that me and you had broken up. So I started living my life as if we were broken up. So she got closer to the guy. The whole time, he's still at war. So months later, he's still at war. And then all of this is going on. She's holding a whole nother relationship with a whole nother dude. Let's go.
Because I wanted to do what I want to do.
Ma'am.
We got married too young. And we
Well,
Why
I
you
mean-
chose stripping? I mean, because you could have just said, I want to go get an extra job at the mall.
Okay.
I want to
I
be
had
in
chosen-
Ma'am, since you're selling your body for money, hooker.
Okay. I had to edit parts of that video out. Okay, what's happening here is when she became a stripper, the judge asked her, why did you become a stripper? She says, because I needed extra money to keep up with our lifestyle. The money that she was getting from him wasn't enough to pay the bills. She wanted to live a more of a lifestyle. So she had more bills to pay, more things to get for the kids. And the reason why that is because she has 3 kids. So she says, the money I'm getting for him wasn't enough. So I had to strip to do this, right? And throughout that process, though, that's where she had met the guy, really was at the strip club. So now the judge has questioned her like, why did you become a stripper? And she said, because I didn't have enough money, all right? And now he has came back home. Where the story is going into is him coming back home now.
And somehow you end up being husband and wife again, don't you?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am. We
Your
actually
Honor.
had like makeup sex like within minutes of being home. So when I got back home within those first week or two, we had sex like 4 or 5 times a day.
Had it in your mind that if I get my wife pregnant, she'll stop stripping.
Roger.
Because that's
All right. That's where the plot twist at. All right? That's where the plot twist. That's where I got to bring my camera in on you. Now, you hear what he said. He said that when he came back home, knowing she had another man, knowing that she is cheating on him, the night that he came back home, they started back having sex like everything was cool, right? But what he's leaving out is he was trying to get her pregnant. He admitted to that. He said, I wanted to get her pregnant because I felt if I get her pregnant again, that she'll stop stripping and she'll want to stay at home. Now, a lot of beta males make this mistake. It's an emotional decision. That's why the red pill is so important, because when you start making emotional decisions, you start making decisions that feel good, right? That's why women make bad decisions, because bad decisions start to feel good, especially if you're trying to avoid controversy or you're trying to take the easy way out. You're trying to make sure everything around you is perfect, that everything just flows good, that you're willing to ignore all the negative traits. But in this, he was trying to fix a broken situation by adding on another broken situation. You cannot try to trap a woman into being with you. But what you have to realize is he already had 2 kids with her. So he already had her won over. But he's feeling like, all right, if I go to keep her pregnant, then that keeps her out of the streets. That's what it is. That's what he's thinking. That's desperation. This is something that men have to get a hold of, and a lot of men out there are going through this. And the reason why men go through these situations is because men want to avoid confrontation as much as possible. But sometimes trying to avoid confrontation requires you to put your emotions into it. Once you put your emotions into it, that's when you start making the bad decisions. And that's what you're seeing with this guy here on film. He's using his emotions to try to make everything better.
You come back and you have in your mind, maybe if I could get her to stop stripping, we could maybe make it work. I get her pregnant. She can stay off the pole and stay in the house.
Yes, ma'am.
You were also sleeping with another man during that same time period.
Yes,
Am I
Your
correct?
Honor. Yes.
So
She tells me straight out about the people that she actually cheated on me with.
you slept with the photographer.
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
What else did you find out?
I did make a mistake, yes. If I
But
could
you
take
said
it back, I could,
you
but
said
I
a
can't.
few indiscretions. That's not one mistake.
He's controlling.
There's one baby in question as it relates to the paternity. But you all still have 2 additional children together. Our results today were prepared by DNA Diagnostics.
Okay, let me catch you up. Okay, what happened is when she came home and he asked her about the cheating because she had got pregnant. All right? He asked her about the cheating. What she did was she sat down and went over every guy that she had slept with him. And she told him, I slept with this guy. I slept with that guy. I slept with that. She slept with the wedding photographer. She slept with everybody that he knew and everybody that was involved in his wedding as soon as he went away. Now you would ask yourself, what makes women go behind their husband back and sleep with everybody and be proud to do it? Because she never loved him. When a woman doesn't love you, she doesn't care about hurting you. When she loses respect for you, she doesn't care about burning you down. That's woman's nature. You give her an inch, take a mile, she'll come up with something else to be unhappy about. Women love being unhappy. Women do stuff like this because it keeps a constant chaos going in. Realize she was with another man the whole time that he was at war, right? And when she came home, she got rid of the other guy and instantly went to him. Played victim. He's mean. He treats me different. That's what she's doing now. But now, speed up everything. We're going into the DNA test, which is the entire reason why they're there. And now we're going to see how the DNA test is going to end.
In the case of Threlkeld versus Threlkeld, Mr. Threlkeld, you are Liliana's father.
Right? And he ended up being the father at the end of the day, right? But you have to understand this about this situation. He's going to be tied to her for the rest of his life because she has him wrapped in with him emotionally. Remember, I tell you guys, women learn men way faster than what men can learn women. And the reason for that is because women have hundreds of guys every day approaching them to learn from. So once she starts masterminding women, start masterminding men, then it's easy for her to run through them. It's the same thing with a red pill man. When you go red pill, when some of you guys are at the beginning phase of red pill, and then you're walking into red pill. Once you become fully into red pill and you start learning women's nature, you start to recognize women's nature, it's going to be easy for you to pull these women left and right and jump in and out and not care how they feel about you. Because it boils down to a psychological game the more you start learning about the opposite sex. That's what women like this do. They find them a nice little beta male, manipulate him, put him underneath her spell, and then use him to control the fantasy life that she's living.